Okay, here we are, ConicArt. This next couple weeks is going to be really fun because we get to take a little bit of a break while you guys work through the STAR test and do some fun artwork. Being in art school, that's totally awesome. Okay, so let me show you. We have two projects. One is looking at doing three-dimensional artwork with conic sections where you're actually creating a bunch of pictures. The second one is the same, but you're actually doing a graph for it. So let me show you a few examples of the first project. Just a few, and I have a ton more in my classroom, but here we go. All right, so here's one of them. So you can see there's a double cone here, and we have different sections at different places. And yeah, this was done last year by a student. It's really beautiful. Here's another one. So you can see, again, they've got the circle here, the parabola, ellipse, hyperbola goes through there. And again, let's get another one. Here's one where the person used magazine clippings. Oh, here's another Disney one. Lots of very cool art. I know you probably can't see that in a lot of depth, but I will have these in class for you all to look at. So let me show you how you go about constructing these. So get out a blank piece of paper, not graph paper. These are not done on graph paper. These are nice art pieces. You guys will get the big, really good quality paper when you get into class and have an idea of what you're going to do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by drawing a big X. So everybody do that right now. Big X on your paper. Let me make sure that I'm staying so you all can see this. Okay, so there's that, and that. Okay. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a curve just like that at the top. Let's move this down. And then up at the top as well. So what we're doing is we are actually making the cones themselves. Okay? Then you want to do the same thing on the bottom. So we go down like this. And we're going to make this one in the back dotted. Again, the reason for that, when you're drawing three-dimensional objects, that shows the line behind, okay? So let's do the easy one first. Let's start with the circle. That one's tends to be the easiest. Remember, the way you get a circle is by cutting horizontally. So go somewhere on here. You want to leave room for all four of the sections. We are going to get all four of them on here, believe it or not, and draw a horizontal line, just like that. Then you want to go about a half of an inch or so, maybe 3/4 of an inch up, and draw another line going through dotted once you go through the cone, just like that. So feel free to stop this and pause it as you go. I'm going to try and go kind of quickly so the video is not huge. And we're going to connect the ends together. If you need to extend it a little bit, do that. So what you see here is we're going to do the circle, so you do a curve down. That's the part of the circle that's in the front, and then dotted in the back, and that's that. All right. So for your artwork, you have to have all four conic sections in here somewhere to get credit for them. This is one of the only remaining extra credit opportunities this semester, so take advantage of it. It is an assignment itself, but you can have some extra credit for putting in a lot of effort into it. So all of you wonderful artists, this is your chance to really shine. Okay, so here we go. Let's do an ellipse. Ellipse, we know that it's similar to a circle, but the cut is made on a diagonal. So everybody do that. And then again, go up about a half an inch or so, maybe a little more than that. And when you go through the cone, make it dotted. And then through the opposite, just like that. Go ahead and connect the ends of those lines so you have something like that. That is the plane that's cutting through there. And you want to go about halfway, put a couple dots there, halfway in between each of these. Just like that. Connect with a curve and then a dotted curve in the back, and you can see the shape that's made. Maybe I should shade these in. So the shape that's made on the bottom, this is the shape that you're looking at. That's the circle. And then the one that we just did, let me shade this in for you all, that's the ellipse. Okay, so there we go. Our first two down, two to go. Next we have a parabola. Let's see, where do I want to do this? Let's go on the bottom. Okay, so a parabola is, again, made with a diagonal cut. I'm sure you guys can all see that. Made with a diagonal cut, but it now goes out of the bottom of the cone. Okay, so that's where you get the ends of the parabola go through the the bottom of the cone. All right, so there we go. We're going to put another diagonal-ish line, and then we're going to shift it over again about a 1/2 inch. Actually, let me go the other direction. Shift it over this way about a 1/2 inch. That seems to make more sense here. Can't really make sense out of artwork, but sometimes you can't. But with these, to make it look the way that it's supposed to look, you want to have the lines where they're supposed to be and whatnot. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to put a dot where that plane intersects the back of the cone, and we're going to put a dot where it intersects the front, right there. So we have 2 dots, here and here. We're going to draw a line connecting those two that's dotted because it's in the bottom. And then we want to draw a curve that goes up and back. So up, it's going to be kind of a steep curve, and then down like that. Okay, so does everybody see the parabola that's made here? Just like that. So this is a parabola. Alright, so we have 3 of the 4 up there, and then the last one is the hyperbola. The hyperbola we've studied already. Actually, we have studied all of these at this point, but we haven't gone back and revisited parabolas in as much depth as we need to yet. So the hyperbola is made with a vertical cut. This is the one that has both the top curve and the bottom, or left and right. So what we want to do here is, okay, let's see if I can get this all in here. So we want to do a vertical one. Okay, so here we go. Let's draw, I'm actually going to start by drawing the back one first, and then I'll shift over. So we do a little bit that's solid out at the very top. I just realized you all can't see that. So a little bit solid all the way at the top, and then dotted as you go through the cone, and then solid again. Okay? And then let's shift down to the very bottom, same thing. Solid, dot, 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 all the way down, and then solid again. Then we're going to shift over to the left, and this one can just be completely solid all the way. So let's keep in line with what we're doing here. And then I'm going to shift it up. Same thing, solid the whole way. And there we go. So we have just now created our planes. Let's keep with this top one. Connect those, connect them. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put a dot right here where this plane connects to the side of the cone, a dot where this one connects, and we're going to connect those with a solid line, just like that. Connect those two with a solid line. So again, feel free to pause as we go here so you can make sure you're getting these right. Halfway in between these 2 points, we're going to put a little dot so that way we know where to connect our curve to. So we're going to connect this, this, and that with a giant curve. So it's going to be solid in the front like this, and then once it turns around, it's going to be dotted. So this one, a lot of them might look kind of similar to triangles. This is where you're really going to show that it's not a triangle but an actual curve. Okay, so let me go ahead and shade this in. This is 1/2 of our parabola. I'm sorry, hyperbola, not parabola, hyperbola. So there's the top half of it. So hyperbola. And then I'm going to shift down again. And we're going to connect our plane ends together, and we're going to do the same thing. All right, so we put a dot here and a dot here, right at these 2 points. And then we're going to go up to the top and put a dot halfway in between these 2 intersection points. So we're going to, let's connect these bottom 2 with a dotted line, dot, 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 dot. And we're going to go solid, 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 and then as soon as we hit that dot, now we're on the other side of the cone, and we're going to come down on the other side with a dotted line. And let me go ahead and shade this in again. So there's the other half of the hyperbola. Okay, so let me do this. Like that. All right, so there you go. Now you have all 4 of them. My cone's a little cut off, but get some practice with that. We're going to go through and look at this again on Monday, and I want you guys to come up with some ideas. You can do whatever you want. So you have free creative control, and as long as you have all 4 of these conic sections in here, you are good to go. So I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. I will see you Monday.